Do you remember when the first GoPro came out? It was like the biggest thing ever, especially for someone who used to live close to the ocean, like me. This was all the way back in 2005 though, and since then, many competitors have emerged. I'd like to present you with the Insta360 GO 2. Released in March 2021, the GO 2 is a wearable action camera with a magnetic body. So, how will it perform when compared to the GoPro Hero 10? It's time for some answers. Thanks to Insta360 for giving us this action cam so we can make this nice video for you guys, and we decided to pay it forward by doing a giveaway of this cool action camera. Stick around to the end of the video to see how you can take part in this giveaway. Time to let the facts speak. Let's kick it off with the time warp mode on GoPro's side and the time shift mode on the side of the Insta360. It's basically a video with good stabilization, and the difference from a normal video is that it is sped up during processing. Pay attention to the significant details and different characteristics, and before you watch the rest of the video, take a second to leave a comment on which one you think is the GoPro Hero 10 and which is the Insta360 GO 2. And while you're at it, a like and a sub to the channel would be wonderful. I don't know how exactly this came to be, but the Insta360's time shift quality just looks a hell of a lot better than the time warp quality of the GoPro. The main thing that caught my eye was that the Hero 10 looks lifeless compared to the GO 2, and I can easily say that there is some really sweet color reconstruction going on the side of Insta360 and their software. While the contrast and saturation could be toned down a bit, I'm just trying to be picky here because everything else looks really nice, and it's a pleasure to watch the lively colors bounce around the screen. It's equally important to take a look at the regular video setting as well, so let's set our cameras up to shoot some footage. It's my observation that the functions of the GO 2 case along with the camera itself is probably the major selling point of this gadget. I think it's amazing that you can mount it however and wherever you want, and you realize the value of it even more when you compare it to the Hero 10. In this case, GoPro is kinda go slow. You have to put the strap on, fit the camera onto the strap, then you have to screw it in all the way so it stays firm, and it's not the easiest thing to do honestly with your fingers. It definitely feels like it takes more time than it should. On the other side, all you need is this included magnetic necklace. You put it on, the camera snaps to it from outside your clothing, and boom, that's it. Do any sport you want in any environment. Go wild. There are a couple of more cool opportunities like this that the GO 2 presents you, so make sure you stay until the end of the video to see them, and also to take part in our giveaway. Keep in mind how the video quality was when we were doing the time warp and time shift footage, to have an idea on how consistent the switch is between those modes and regular video. Small detail which doesn't really affect the quality of the videos. The Hero 10 can shoot at 5.3K 60 FPS, while the GO 2 has a maximum of 2.5K at 50 FPS. We used 50 for both while shooting this footage. The GO 2 is quite consistent, and we're seeing the bright and punchy colors be carried over to the regular video setting. When we take a look at the Hero 10 though, there's a huge difference from its previous performance for some reason. Unlike the time warp quality, the regular video has lively colors and quite soft textures, which is extra impressive considering a lot of action cameras opt to use sharpness to boost the clarity of small details. Dynamic range is pretty impressive for the most part, though there are some issues from time to time with both devices where the sky looks overly white. When that happens, the GO 2 does have some problems with detail in the darker areas of the frame. Overall though, I like the performance of both of them in this section, with the complaints being fairly minor. One complaint that I do have though is regarding the battery performance of the Insta360's GO 2. After this part, its battery was already finished, while GoPro's Hero 10 still had 78% battery. Around 30 minutes without stabilization and 15 with stabilization is what is commonly stated for the GO 2, and while I do appreciate the case being able to charge the device just like earbuds, not being able to use the device non-stop can be a problem for some people. How about the different shooting modes of these devices? Let's take a look at the super wide view of the Hero 10, which is known as the action view on the GO 2. So guys, as I just mentioned, what you're seeing right now is a super wide view of the GoPro Hero 10. And this is the action view of the Insta360 GO 2. Try to pay attention to the lenses and see which one can get more into the frame. The Hero 10 is slightly wider as you saw in the footage, but there's one thing on the Insta360 that is really cool to play around with. By using the software on the computer, you can change the FOV as if you actually originally recorded it that way. This can come in quite handy for editing your footage later on, and I believe that it's one of the coolest points of the Insta360 GO 2. But make sure you're using the Pro Video mode, otherwise it's not possible to change it afterwards. Is that all? Actually, no. I'll just go ahead and show you another cool thing that the GO 2 can do very impressively. Horizon leveling is pretty much spot on and absolutely nothing in the frame budges. Along with the image quality being pretty good, it's great how a small gadget like this has a ton of positives when it comes down to software. I can definitely think of more than one situation where this would come in useful. So, how is this performance going to carry over to the stabilization category? I feel this is one of, if not the most important part of action cameras, because you're gonna be using them while running, biking, snowboarding, skydiving, and other crazy stuff. The software has to step up to allow you to shoot usable footage, and it looks like both cameras are able to provide us with a good experience. Unless you're going over a huge bump or the camera is being incredibly shaken up, there is little to no blur in the videos. GoPro software does handle these sudden movements a bit better than the Insta360 software though, but the difference is really minor, just like in slow motion. The GO 2 can do 120 FPS, while the Hero 10 can do 240 FPS. You can always slow down or speed up your videos in post-processing though, and with how easy that has become with current day technology, the lack of variety here isn't as vital as it used to be. Still, it's a nice feature to have on the go, as I've personally seen really cool clips of people skateboarding, snowboarding, or even just playing football at a park where slow motion really came in handy. Both devices are good enough, and there are no visible issues with the slow motion quality. We've covered a lot of ground so far, and most of it was really important when taking into consideration that we're reviewing action cams. I'd like to ask you what your opinion is on taking photos with these devices. Most of the time, you'd probably prefer a smartphone to an action cam, but it can't hurt to be able to snap some pictures with these things either. The first and maybe only thing I'd like to talk about in detail is how the Hero 10's photos are much warmer than the photos taken by the GO 2. This can be good or bad depending on what the weather is like and which colors are in the frame. Besides this, there's a bit more sharpening on the GO 2 side, which allows you to see more detail in the photos. Overall, I think they're both good enough to snap some shots here and there, since expectations shouldn't be really high for action cameras to take professional grade photos. So guys, as you very well know, one of the most important parts of an action cam is the audio quality. If you're going to be out with these cameras doing some tricks and stunts, you definitely need good audio to make some good video. So this is the audio quality of the GoPro Hero 10, and this is the audio quality of the Insta360 GO 2. Let us know what you think in the comments, which one is better, which one is not. You really need good audio for action cameras though, since not only you'll be taking videos, they will most likely be in windy and hectic conditions. I found that the Hero 10 definitely has a better quality sound because my voice is just way clearer, but it seems that the GO 2's noise cancelling being pretty dominant is the cause of that, and it could be really important if you're snowboarding or something. I'll leave it up to you, but I personally tend to prefer clearer sound over noise cancelling. Lastly, some footage in low light. This kinda went both ways. The Hero 10 has the upper hand in detail and color reconstruction if you pay attention to my face, but the GO 2 in my opinion is significantly better if you pay attention to the noise in the background. There's a bit of a trade-off between them, but when the light is dimmed down even more, I honestly believe that the GO 2 has overall more positives. My face is really dark on the Hero 10's side, and you can barely see what is behind me, whereas the GO 2 manages to keep my face visible along with the background. It's good to see their software stepping up in low light conditions. So guys, that was a pretty nice comparison if I do say so myself. If I were to go through the positives and negatives of each, I'd say that the Insta360 GO 2 is great for usage on the go, with an ability to be set anywhere you want in any condition. Besides the magnetic attributes allowing you to get creative with compatible surfaces, you can snap it onto your hat for POV visuals, as well as putting it on almost anything due to the sticky cover on one of its attachments. The size being so small is another plus, as it really gives you the feeling that you can take it anywhere and use it in any way that you want. The downside is that, because of its small size, its battery can give out while you're in the middle of a video, so you have to keep it short. Also, you can't shoot in 4K. 2K will most likely be enough for many people, but it still would be nice to have this opportunity. Lastly, there's no screen, so you can't see what you're recording without a phone. It costs $300 on Amazon.com and is significantly cheaper than the GoPro Hero 10, which is already known to be one of the, if not the best action camera out there, and this kind of reflects on its price of $450. It has a great battery life and 2 screens, one on each side so that you can see what you're recording even when you're holding the lens to yourself. It performs really well all around, but a downside is that it's really bulky compared to the Go 2 and is way harder to mount somewhere or to attach it to your body, which can get annoying after a while if you're just getting used to how these things work. It is also quite pricey, so it definitely won't be the first choice for everyone. Thanks for watching our video, guys, and I hope you liked this video and sub to us to keep in touch with our never-ending content. To take part in the giveaway of the Insta360 GO 2, click the link in the description below. If you like this product and would like to buy it, there's also a link in the description where you can get a free lens protector as a gift. Much appreciated, guys, and see you around.